Hi there, future scientists and math wizards. Welcome to Smile Road. I'm Sir M, and I created this channel just for you, senior high school students looking to make science and math easier, clearer, and yes, even more fun. On Smile Road, we explore exciting lessons in general science, solve real life problems in general mathematics, and learn how these subjects connect to the world around us, from floating boats to your monthly budget. Each meeting, I'll guide you through lessons using simple explanations, real life examples, and even a few challenges to keep your brain sharp. Whether you're reviewing for exams, catching up on class topics, or just curious about how the world works, you're in the right place. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell so you won't miss any of our learning adventures here on Smile Road. So, are you ready to start this journey with me? Let us walk the road of knowledge with a smile. So our lesson 37 will be about understanding simple hydraulic systems. A simple hydraulic system is a system that uses liquid, usually oil or water, to transmit force from one point to another. So this is the illustration. You have here the piston, and then you have there the hydraulic fluid. So from the smaller piston, the piston is being brought down, and then it goes up on the other side. And then it is based on Pascal's principle, which states that when pressure is applied to a fluid in a closed system, the pressure is transmitted equally in all directions. Pascal's principle. If an external pressure is applied to a confined fluid, the pressure at every point within the fluid increases by that amount. So we have the relationship F2 over A2 is equals to F1 over F1. So F is in force and newtons, and A is in terms of area. Okay, so let me correct the formula. F2 over A2 is equals to F1 over A1. And key components of a simple hydraulic system. 1. Fluid, usually oil or water, incompressible liquid, piston or plunger, the part when force is applied or received. Cylinder, the chamber that holds the fluid and the piston. Number 4, pipes or tubes to connect different parts of the system. How it works. Imagine two interconnected syringes filled with water. If you push down on one plunger, the small piston, the water moves and pushes up the other plunger, the large piston. Since the pressure is the same but the area is different, the force can increase on the larger piston. This allows small forces to move heavy loads. So you have the effort force in our syringe A, and we have here a syringe B. You have there the load force. So load force is equals to effort force times area of B over area of A. And then the formula to be used is equals to P over F over A. So F1 over A1 is equals to F2 over A2. As already corrected in the previous slide, this shows that increasing the area 2 will increase the force F2, which is how hydraulics multiply force. So that's the illustration. You have a 10 Newton force applied to the first piston, and then the area there is 10 centimeters squared, and then there is a connecting connection between the smaller and the bigger, the X and the Y. So the area is 40 centimeters squared. So there, then you have the force there. So using the triangle F, then you have P over A. So from there, you can get P, is equals to force over area. Benefits of small hydraulic systems. It multiplies small input forces into large output forces. Smooth and precise control, useful in tight spaces or where electric motors are impractical. Practice problems. A hydraulic lift has a small piston with an area of 0.01 meters squared and a large piston with an area of 0.1 squared. If a force of 50 Newton is applied to the small piston, what is the area, what is the force exerted by the large piston? Given A1, 0.01 meters squared, A2 is equals to 0.1 meters squared, F1 is equals to 50 Newton. So required F2. So therefore, use the formula F2 is equal to F1 times A2 over A1 and substitute the given data, the final answer is 50 Newton. Number 2, a hydraulic brake system. The master of cylinder has a diameter of 2 cm and the slave cylinder has a diameter of 6 cm. If the driver applies a force of 100 Newton on the brake pedal, what is the resulting force on the slave cylinder? So D1, 2 cm, T2, 6 cm, F1, 100 Newton. So using the area of the circle, A is equals to pi r squared, and then you will have there F2 is equals to F1 plus D2 over D1 squared. And then substitute the given data, you will get 900 Newton. So take note that the area there, pi r squared, is just the same with pi d squared over 4. So the formula that we are using now here is correct. F2 is equals to F1 times, instead of A2 over A1, we are going to use D2 over D1 close in parentheses squared. It's just the same. And substitute the given data, you will be getting a final answer of 900 Newton. Take note of the master cylinder and the slave cylinder. The master cylinder is the smaller one, and the slave cylinder is the bigger one. Next, number 3. A car lift uses a hydraulic system with 2 pistons. The input piston has an area of 0.015 meters squared, and the output piston has an area of 0.05 meters squared. If the operator applies a force of 300 Newton on the input force, calculate the output force. So given A1 is equals to 0.015 meters squared, A2 is equals to 0.45 meters squared, F1 is 300 Newton, required F2. So solution, F2 is equal to F1 times F2 over A1. Substitute the given data, the final answer is 9,000 Newton. So take note that the formula comes from F2 over A2 is equals to, F1 over A1. That is the formula we had before. This time it's area. In number 2, it's the in terms of diameter. Take note of that. And then number 4, a mechanic uses a hydraulic press to lift a heavy engine. The small piston has an area of 0.02 meters squared, and the piston has an area of 0.4 meters squared. the larger piston. The what input force is needed to lift an engine that weighs 3,000 Newton. So, given A1 is 0.02 meters squared, A2 is 0.4 meters squared, and then F2, that's equal to the weight, 3,000 Newton. So this time, the one that is being asked is F1. So the formula that we're going to use is F1 is equal to F2 times A1 over A2. And substitute the given data, the final answer is 150 Newton. Take note of the formula that we use here. And number 5, a hydraulic system operates under a pressure of 200 kilopascals. What force is exerted on a piston with an area of 0.05 meters squared? So given the Pascal is 200,000 pascals, so we converted 200 kilopascal to Pascal. And the given area is 0.05 meters squared. So we are asked to get the F. And the formula for F is equals to P times A. And substitute the given data. The answer is 10,000 Newton. Okay, so number 6. In a simple hydraulic jack, the user applies a force of 60 Newton on a piston with an area of 0.02 meters squared. The output piston has an area of 0.5 meters squared. Determine the mechanical advantage of the system. So given A1 is equal to 0.02 meters squared, A2 0.5 meters squared. Required mechanical advantage. So the formula for mechanical advantage that we're going to use is A2 over A1. Substitute the given data. The final answer is 25. Number 7, hydraulic system lifts a crate using 2 pistons. The input piston has a radius of 2 centimeters and the output piston has a radius of 10 centimeters. If the applied input force is 220 Newton, calculate the pressure and the output force. So we're given R1 2 centimeters, R2 10 centimeters, F1 120 centimeter. We are required to determine the pressure together with the F2. So solution, A1 is pi R1 squared. Substitute the R1, the answer is 0.00126 meters squared. A2 is equals to pi R squared, pi R2 squared. Substitute the given data 0.1 and then you will be getting 0.0314 meters squared. The given radius is in centimeter, so we converted it to meter. And then the pressure will be F1 over A1. Substitute the given data, 120 Newton, and the area 1, which is 0.00126 meters squared. The pressure is approximately equal to 95,493 Pascal. And of course, F2 can be determined using the formula. F2 is equal to P times A2. So the pressure is 95,493 Pascal multiplied by the area 2, which is 0.0314 meters squared. The answer is 3,000 Newton. So the pressure is 95.493 Pascal and the output force is 3,000 Newton. So there will be a second part of our lesson number 37. Okay, so let us continue with the problem number 8 in our second part. Thank you everyone and see you in the second part. Thank you.